The blood wizard whirled away, clutching his injured arm to his chest, cursing. Raiden took 2 steps toward the innkeeper and his daughter, intending to shield them if the man attempted another attack. It would have been an easy thing to run the tattooed man through, but Raiden chose restraint. He was a diplomat, after all. His hesitation cost him. The man should have been incapacitated by his wound, but another wave of power burst from him. It wasn't as focused as his first attack. Not fire this time, but wind. Caught off guard, the table of 4 were scattered like leaves along with the heavy wrought iron chairs and table. The innkeeper and his daughter crouched beneath the violent gust, pelted by sand and grit. The wind pushed Raiden into the street, but didn't knock him down as it had the others. Raiden held his sword at the ready as, wild-eyed and blood-stained, the wizard Vito advanced on him, slashing across his bare chest with his remaining pale green blade. Fresh blood slid down his skin, gleaming with light. The tattoos adorning the corsaro glowed and rippled, closing the cut almost as fast as Vito made it. And suddenly, the oppressive heat of the day returned with a vengeance. Raiden's sword hilt seemed to gather the heat within its core, burning his palms like a brand. Raiden cried out, his hands springing open instinctively. His sword fell. Grinning, the wizard cut his own chest again, drawing a new line beneath the first, spilling fresh blood. The air shimmered in front of Raiden's eyes like the distortion around a raging forge. Invisible flames beat against his face and he staggered back. His gaze flickered to the other men who'd been caught up in Vito's attack. They stood together, watching. The long-haired men gathered behind the youth like an odd set of guards. Raiden blinked sweat from his eyes. He'd get no help from them. "Why don't you burn?" Vito said, his voice raw and ragged. Vito's knife flashed again, drawing blood from his tattooed thigh just beneath his armored terriers. The heat became suffocating. The air burned away in this unseen fire. Raiden gasped, and searing agony greeted his efforts. With sudden clarity, he knew he was going to die. He couldn't fight this man's magic. His legs collapsed beneath him. He crashed to his knees on the hard cobblestones and lifted his face to the heavens. Bright. The sky was so bright. Even the buildings shone with an inner radiance. The whole world was alight. Death did not frighten him. He delivered death to more men than he could count. Now, it was his turn. All he felt was relief.